Hello and welcome to Medfield Sports Network. I'm Jack Sullivan, joined by
Sam Patry.
We're going to be running you through the final scores of every game last week. To get us started, varsity baseball lost to Holliston 8-6. They had a good start in that game, went up 2-0 in the first inning, but they were hitting a lot of pop flies, and Holliston was catching them. They weren't really able to get a lot of runs in that one.
Yeah, Jack Collins 3 for 4 with 1 run and 1 RBI.
Jack Goodman went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs.
And then another tough loss for the girls softball, losing to Holliston 20-10. Unfortunate loss for the girls.
Yeah, Holliston's clearly got a lot of big hitters, being able to put up 20 runs in that game.
Sir.
Varsity girls tennis beat Holliston 5-0. They won every match for that game, doubles and singles, so that was an impressive win for them.
Yeah. And varsity boys volleyball are on a roll, winning against Millis 3-1, and that's the first set they've lost this whole season.
Yeah, very impressive start for them. Moving on to Saturday, varsity baseball had a huge win against the Varian team filled with D1 commitments. They won that 8-0. They were hitting a lot of grounders in that game, really getting guys on base, and that's how they were able to get to 8 runs.
Yeah, big bounce back for the boys team losing against Holliston.
Great defense by them as well, holding Zavarian to no runs. They've definitely got some big hitters on that team.
And JV girls lax losing to Norwell.
No, that was postponed. That game was postponed. They're playing Norwood today, but there was hail, in the middle of the day on Saturday, so that game was postponed. And that game was supposed to be followed by JV boys lacrosse, which was also postponed to later this week.
My fault.
The boys lacrosse varsity team did, however, get to play. They had their game at night. They suffered a heartbreaking 8-7 loss to Norwell. That was a fourth quarter comeback by the Clippers.
Yeah, unfortunate loss by the boys, up by 3, and really choked at the end. But looking for a bounce back.
That game will definitely be motivation for them the rest of the season. We're pleased to have Nate Baacke joining us today for a quick interview. Nate's a captain of the boys baseball team this year. He plays in right field, and he's really a stud for the team.
Yeah, we're pumped to ask him some questions and take a deeper look into the baseball team. So we're going to start out by asking Nate, who are some of the new emerging stars this year for the team?
We got a bright future ahead. We have Scott Donahue. He's a junior. He's having a great year. He's hitting the cover off the ball. We also got Jack Iovino, Sean Watts, Sebastian LaCruz, who's a freshman.
Oh, I've heard about him.
Yeah, we got some young stars on the team.
Yeah, I think some of those two names you mentioned were a couple outfielders join you. The other day we saw definitely some new faces on the field that we weren't expecting.
Yeah.
Yep. Need them to replace Palmer.
Yeah, Palmer, obviously a big loss last year. He was the TVL MVP. We were saying you guys might have a shot at having the TVL MVP again. You think Goody has a shot at that?
Definitely.
For sure.
I think anyone on the team could.
Yeah, whoever's playing hot.
That's good stuff.
Who do you think is going to be your biggest competition for the state title this year?
In D3, probably St. John's Prep and Taconic again.
St. John's Prep is D3.
Yeah.
A prep school.
That's
D3, interesting.
That's crazy. D1, a lot of their other sports. I mean, lacrosse and a lot of their other sports I know are D1, so that's definitely really surprising. And how do you think Taconic will be after winning all last year?
They're always good.
They're always good?
Yeah.
I think they won D1 a few years ago.
Wow.
And then they moved down. So they're definitely going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, we see kind of the same thing in lacrosse with a lot of these realignments that just don't make a lot of sense. Like, I know the boys' team last year was D2. There was only 3 divisions, and now they're in D3 this year with a whole 4-division setup, which is really surprising.
Yeah. So moving on, how would you say last year's playoff run and the obvious unfortunate ending in the championship, how would you say that's going to motivate your team this year to go far?
Definitely. Ever since that day, people have been working hard to get back there, and I think we're all gunning for the same thing.
Yeah. Probably was a stinging feeling.
Yeah.
Can relate to that.
So what would you say are some of the strongest and weakest areas of the team this year? I know watching that Holliston game, it looked like you guys were hitting a lot of pop flies, and that was something you might have wanted to work on after that game. Is that something that you would say is a weak spot?
Yeah, definitely. We got to focus on just getting hits instead of trying to jack the ball out of the park. Then obviously we have great pitching. If we can focus on hitting and not trying to hit home runs, then we have great hitting. We're a deep team. We don't have
for sure.
Yeah.
Last question here. How would you say what did you guys do to bounce back and defeat a tougher opponent recently in Zavarian?
We had to go to bed, and we realized that we can't just try to jack home runs. We got to stay down on the ball, get some base hits, and realize from now on out we got to focus every game and not take anyone lightly, as we learned from the Holliston game.
Yeah, piggybacking off that point, I had a quick moment to chat with Jimmy Chadwick the other night after that Zavarian win, and I asked him, what really went into that win, and he said, a lot of you and Jacob and senior leadership motivated them. He said that 9 a.m. you guys were at Schilling Field Saturday morning, hitting grounders and just, really making sure you guys were going to focus on that and getting on-base hits for that Zavarian game. How have you and Goody and the other captains been able to rally the team after that Holliston loss?
Yeah, we got right back at it. There's no sulking or getting down on ourselves. We had to just get right back to work and show everyone that we can't take that loss too hard. We got to get right back to work.
Yeah,
and that
certainly.
showed in the way we played.
Yeah. And what other big games do you guys have coming up this year that you're really excited about?
We have Zavarian again next week, which is
wow.
obviously going to be a huge one. We have 2 games against Nauset. They're pretty good this year.
Oh.
Then Hopkinton, they're always good.
Yeah,
We're playing
is that who you would say your T-Ville competition is this year, Hopkinton?
them or Norwood. Norwood has a D1 commit
Oh, wow.
pitcher.
Wow.
Throws like 90.
Where's he headed?
Northeastern.
Wow.
Ooh.
Then we have Hopkinton, Fenway Park.
Really?
Playing
You're
at Fenway?
Yeah,
Wow, that's
April
sick.
29th.
that's
We
crazy.
gotta be there.
Yeah.
We'll be there. We'll be live action.
Where do you think Holliston stacks up in the TVL this year?
I don't know. They weren't too good. We just didn't play our game against them.
Yeah,
I think
we
if
thought the
we play
same
them again,
thing.
then
Yeah.
we could kill them.
Yeah, we were definitely thinking that watching that game, especially the first 2 innings, it felt like you guys were really in control, and then kind of just weren't able to get runs at the later part of the game.
Definitely, yeah.
All right, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, yeah.
Cut! Commercial break! Have you ever wanted to make money? Have you ever thought to yourself, what is geometry class going to do for me in the future? Are you tired of scumming your friends for Venmos, not Venmoing them on time when they ask for payments? Well, guess what? I have the solution for you. Join Investment Club. You can join now, invest in stocks, NFTs, and other things, and go to the moon.
Welcome back to Warrior Talk. This is your host, Bobby Spence, joined by
Jack Sullivan.
And Drew Stanton.
Sam Patriot?
So we're going to go to the first question. How is Medlex going to use their loss against Norwell as fuel for the rest of the season?
I mean, that's gonna be the game they're thinking about all year. Every game they go into, they're gonna be thinking about Norwell, thinking about seeing them in the playoffs, and just wanting to take them down next time they see them.
Yeah, I don't think you forget that feeling. That's one of those ones that kind of burns in your memory. And with all the stupid mistakes they made, I'm pretty sure a lot of those players will be haunted. And they'll want revenge.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be like what happened last year. We had a tough loss against DS, and then second time around, we really used it as motivation. We really took it to them, beat them by 10 goals.
Yeah, I think that's really how most of the team looks at that loss, for sure.
I could see that happening again.
So what do you think went wrong with the 3-goal lead with 5 minutes left?
Man, end of that third quarter, I was really feeling good. I was thinking we're not going to choke this one, but I mean, I don't really even know. They got hot and they were hitting cutters and getting goals on the crease at the end there.
Well,
There's also a big lack of possession for the Medfield offense. They could barely get and hold the ball with all the simple mistakes they were making. It was pretty unfortunate to see, especially when they had that game pretty much in the bag. All the boys were pumped up and ready to go out there in the fourth quarter, and then it kind of just blew it.
yeah, when we're up by 3 and they scored their 5th goal to cut it to 2, it was it was a transition goal, and it was a very 10-yard step down.
Yep.
And it was I think a midi subbed off.
Yeah.
And it was a really miscommunication. It wasn't supposed to happen at all. It wasn't. We just gave them a goal, and that really helped them motivate.
It shifted momentum for them.
Yeah, that's
and then
what I
that,
was
along
calling
with some completely botched calls by the ref. There was the offsides, the push in the back on the face-off. I just think they really screwed Medfield and helped Norwell's, swing of motivation,
And
momentum really.
The biggest thing was Medfield didn't score in a locked-in penalty for 2 minutes. That was the biggest thing. Like
and there was a lot of shots.
We have to get a goal. We have to get a goal there. I know they had a good goalie, but like there has to be like a good shot where we can dump it in, and that didn't happen.
I'll give that kid credit. That Norwell goal is really a stud.
He was special, and the Fogo and goalie, two most important positions on the field. You know, they were dominating possession with their Fogo, who was committed to Syracuse University, which is a top D1 school. So that speaks for itself.
Yeah, so with 2 big games for Medfield playing Westwood and Duxbury this week, what kind of mentality do they need to come in with?
They got to go into every game the rest of the year just hungry, just thinking straight domination.
Aggressive.
You know,
Pissed
they can't let up. You know, Westwood's a crosstown rival. That's a team that they're gonna want to spank. You know, they got to beat them by at least 10 to 15 goals. I would think. I would say they're the second best team in the TVL, maybe Medway and Westwood, but they certainly. And then Duxbury on Saturday, you know, huge one, longtime rival, 2 of the top teams in the state historically. They're gonna want to go into that one and, you know, really make a statement there.
Yeah, Medlax has to come in like with fire and aggression, but they gotta come in with like controlled aggression. You know, we got to still have to play as a team. You can't just like, hey, I'm gonna take this by myself. Like, I'm pissed off, I'm gonna do it by myself. Like, no, we had to play as a team. That's really what we're struggling on the offensive end. We have lots of talent on the offensive end, but we really haven't been playing to our potential.
And I think that Norwell loss will really help them, you know, come together as a family, as a team, and, you know, as you said, play as a team and score more goals.
We're as good as we think we are, but we're not as smart as we think we are. We just got to touch up on a few things, and the rest will come.
Yes.
Yeah, so Medfield's baseball team came off a tough loss against Holliston, but bounced back huge with a big win against Severian. How big of a statement is that just for the baseball team?
That's a huge statement. I mean, we as a crew were at that Holliston game. They went up 2-0 early in that game, and we really thought like this is going to be, you know, an easy win for them. Holliston, pretty average, below average TVL team.
Yeah, it was clear who the better team was.
They were dropping, you know, pop flies out in right field, right in front of us, but Medfield just kept hitting those pop flies. You know, eventually Holliston's not going to drop all those. They're going to get some catches, and then Severian, they're hitting line drives, getting guys on bases. You know, maybe not hitting a ton of home runs, but they're getting runs.
Holliston,
Severian. Severian. They started on Saturday. They started hitting a lot of grounders. And I heard that, you know, getting those on base hits were really crucial for them. Not really trying to swing for the fences.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that was just a huge win.
Well, yeah, there's like something similar to Medlax. I bet Holliston kind of woke them up. Because I bet they're probably thinking like, oh, we're gonna roll this team, and they have a lot of talent on that team, and it was kind of a wake up call for them. And then they're like, oh, we gotta get our crap together and face a really good team. And then they probably just like kept it simple and didn't do too much. And you know, they rolled one of the best teams in the state.
I believe Severian's actually the returning D1 state champs. I know they have 3 Division I commits.
They were at one point last year the #1 team in the country.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Above IMG, above these big schools.
That's impressive. So on that same note, what kind of momentum does the baseball team need to keep up with for the rest of the season?
I think that game, you know, defines the rest of their season. I think they're going to have that same mentality the rest of the year and just crank out more wins and, you know, just continue their winning tradition.
Yeah, I agree. I think they just need to, you know, sharpen up and just continue to do what they're doing, continue with this momentum from that big win. And they got Severian again, and I believe
just another week,
yeah.
I mean, that's
a big game. I mean,
that's going to test them. I mean, Severian's going to be coming pissed off, and they're obviously knowing that they lost to Holliston. They're going to be like, we got to be still in a game. Like they got humbled that game. So that's really going to be like if they're really going to break through and beat them the second time.
I agree,
Yeah, definitely. So moving on to track and field, led by Coach Lyons. So how do you think her leadership and bulldog mentality has rubbed off on the team?
You know, I think she really brings that team together. You know, I'll be in there for flex period, you know, learning some math every once in a while in school. And what do you know? All her track athletes are showing up to her class, you know, wanting to eat their snack with her, hanging out in flex, talking track. Like, she really brings that team together as a family. As you said, she brings that bulldog mentality. It really makes that a competitive sport, you know, with a competitive team, and makes them want to, you know, win their meets.
The results they've been achieving are no coincidence, especially with her strong mentality. I mean, I'm sure it rubs off on all the kids. They want to just completely destroy their competition and just go out there and win.
For sure.
Agree.
Agreed. So moving on to volleyball. They actually just came off a big win, 3-1. So just honestly, how bright do you think their future is? They've got some young talent on their team. How do you think it's going to carry on next year and future years?
Yeah, I mean, they lost their first set of the year. 4 games in, they roll their first 3 opponents 3-0.
It's like letting up the first goal.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
For 4 games.
And I know Millis is a top team in the TVL for volleyball. They have a strong program over there, right across the Charles River. But
Charles.
So I think that's a huge win for them, and just continuing, at 4-0. They're really, the top team in the school right now. I think they're going to make a run at the championship.
They've shown what they can do. They got some studs. They got sophomore Jake Katurba standing at, I think, 6'4", 6'5".
They got a couple of those guys too.
Good athlete,
for sure.
Good jumps. I mean,
they got some tall, lengthy giraffes.
They got Adam Matty, Matt Herbst, spiking aces everywhere.
Coming at you guys, the top 5 plays of the week. Here's number 5 right here. Emma Bannister gets this ball at the middle, about 40 yards out. She'll bring that ball down, and she hits Alexandra right here for a great finish. Boom, catches that left-handed, off-stick hip. Great play there, number 5.
It's phenomenal.
Coming in at number 4, we got Matthew Herbst of boys volleyball with an ace. Oh, look at that, the power on that. What are they going to respond with that?
Number 10, the outside hitter. He's been a stud for the team all year.
Coming in at, we got number 3 here. This is Kelly Blake, Team USA. Absolutely beautiful finish.
Backhanded finish there. I mean, that'll get her number 3 plays of the week. Number 2, we got Cole Cloney right here. Gets the ball on the left wing. Jump shot. Oh, top corner.
It doesn't get more perfect than that.
What a great play right there.
Number 1, we have yours truly, Jack Sullivan, MSN host with a BTB in the middle. He catches it. It's immediate. It's
I mean, you're playing Ashland. You got to have some some
you got to spice it up a little bit.
For sure. But there you go. That's top 5 plays of the week. Shout us out on Instagram. Tag us on your top 5 plays for next week.
Turn on notifications. Be ready for episode.
Welcome to our next segment, Inside the Goal. We have highlight tape right here. I have a lot of good goals and clips from our most recent games. We're joined by Loyola commit, 4-star, number 17th ranked in the state, Luke Murphy. How's it feel to be on the show, Luke?
It's amazing. I'm honored to be on the show with you guys today.
It's great to have you.
All right, let's get into it.
Great clip by
first clip here, Murph. Brings it
around. Lever pass, that's great.
Oh my God.
I mean, behind the back,
both of these players connecting. Yeah. Wow.
Well, Sully really made that one easy for me by showing a stick.
Oh, there we go.
That one there got me. I go to Kyle Gaffney there in the middle. But
I saw you looking for me, so I knew it was coming. Really, I just had to stay there.
We really developed a connection so far this year. You'll see in the next few clips. I go to Kyle again there.
Sullivan with the feed.
Kyle, what were you thinking when you caught that ball, 12 yards
catching
off
it, I got to just sling this one, put it in the back of the net and make Sully proud.
Yeah.
I remember I was yelling, I got the ball to you, and I was like, rip it, because I didn't know if you were going to shoot it or not. But
can be indecisive.
I think a lot of that chemistry comes
Kyle,
from Geno's.
Right, again. Oh, yeah. I got that one for you. Nice. I was like, got to get Kyle.
I remember I heard Sully, one.
Yeah.
So I had to hit him. I got to trust him.
For sure.
Again.
Look at that. That's the connection.
Yeah.
That's the connection right there.
You got to love that. Come on, brother.
That's great.
I'm coming around X here. I see Connor on the backside. Hit the swim, hit the brakes, get it over to him.
Oh, it's a great catch by
great finish.
As well.
Good catch.
Connor, it's a great play.
It's a good handle.
Had a great game.
I think we got some Luke Murphy coming up. No, not yet. One more.
One more Jack Sullivan. Beautiful shot.
I knew I had to shoot it once I caught it up there on the wing. But
great placement there. Put it
bottom right.
Yeah.
Great shot and a great goalie.
Yeah, indeed. And then here we go, late in the game.
Off Sam's helmet.
Yeah. Right off Sam's helmet.
I mean, that one really kept us in there.
Right ease your head, Sam.
And then Joe Bart's playing great.
Wow. On the
doorstep.
I mean, he hit him cross crease there. No one thought you were saving that.
Yeah, I just, put the body on the line.
I mean, most goalies would usually give up, and Bob is different.
Yeah, I mean, what can I say?
You'd love to see that.
Same thing right here.
Again.
Yeah, again.
Just track the
Another
stick.
stuff.
He's not biting on that first
very
fake.
disappointed after this play. You can really see it.
I mean, they thought they had that one in the bag for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then again, number 1, just track that one the whole way.
I mean, that's easy for you.
That kid was shooting all game.
That kid doesn't want it.
This is a nice inside roll with a release.
Yeah. Just low to low. Pretty easy.
Here's Murph.
We've got Murphy dodging.
On the fast break. Righty, 5-hole.
Off-hand.
You get the ball there. We're on a 3v3 kind of fast break. Goalies in that. What were you thinking on that one?
I had that whole righty alley, and I knew we kind of needed one at that point. I think we were up by only 1.
Yep.
And I just saw the opening down the right alley and just put it to the goalie's leg.
Yeah. It's a great take.
Great take there.
On a good goalie, too.
This one, tic-tac-toe play.
Oh, great.
Comes from TJ to me. I go down to Connor and then across the crease to Luke.
Yeah.
I mean,
reminds me of 7th grade.
It's just an unselfish play from Connor there.
8th and 7th, but you know, you were on B and 8th, as everyone knows. So.
Oh, that one off the
forget
post
about
from
that?
Connor Nee. Luke Murphy picks that up.
Eats
Great
the hit
there.
and finishes.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
You love to
Murphy's
see that.
having a great season. Representing the name.
That
What do you got to
right
say
around
about
the
that
next.
goal, though? You mean you had some space.
Yeah, well, I saw him tied up at. I was tied up there at X, and the defense weren't playing me, so thought I'd just take it in. And was successful.
It's textbook right there.
Yeah,
Great finish as well.
Those are the best. Oh yeah, so we got
Sam
Patriot.
Yeah. This is him right here. Star
So
player.
I pick up the GB over in the alley. I see Sam, diving towards the net. And what were you thinking when you caught that ball?
Oh, my eyes got this big. I'm a D guy. I don't get many opportunities. I was open a lot that whole game. Someone didn't pass me, Murph.
Sorry.
But when I saw Sully, I knew Sully is a really good friend who naturally was passing me the ball. So when I cut them, my eyes got this big. All I think about is I need to catch this ball. I can't drop it. Once I caught it, I'm like, oh, this is easy Gino for the kid. And I just put it low corner.
Attaboy.
That's a great play.
And that, I think, wraps it up.
I think that wraps it up, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think this was the start of it, yeah.
All
right, thank you for joining us for Inside the Goal.
And thank you to Luke Murphy for joining.
Yeah, no,
Thanks
really
so
a
much.
pleasure to have you.
4-star commit.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem.
Star.
Hello and welcome back to A Look Ahead, brought to you by Drew Stanton and Jared Mula. We will be giving you a look ahead at next week's upcoming games, the big away games only, because attendance is easy when you only have to drive 5 minutes down the road to Medfield Turf, but we encourage our students to also go to our away games just to pack the crowds, give the boys some support, or girls, whatever team you're cheering on.
So on Tuesday at 3:45, we got boys and girls varsity track away at Ashland. And then on Wednesday, we got at 3:45 girls varsity tennis versus Ashland. At 6 o'clock, boys volleyball versus Milford. And at 6:30, boys lax versus Westwood. All of those away. And then on Thursday, we have 3:45 softball versus Millis. And a special shout out to the boys lax team. Big game against Duxbury on Saturday.
Big game, yeah. We encourage all our students to be at all these games. And we just want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening to our episode. And this concludes episode 2. Medfield Sports Network signing off.
Thank you.